Kathy Hochul looked absolutely overmatched, could not answer questions, could not get her answers together, even in the answers she tried to give. She said to Lee Zeldin at one point, I don't know why locking up criminals is that important to you. I swear to God,
Are you
she
serious?
said that. I swear to God.
I wish you were watching that with the audience.
Oh, my goodness.
She said, I don't know why that's so important to you. Clearly, the polls show that New Yorkers are fed up with not only the Cuomo administration that rolled into the Hochul administration. They think that she's worse than him. She's an unelected bureaucrat who's destroying the state. New York has the single biggest depopulation numbers of any of the states in the country. There's a reason for that. They regulate you to death here. They tax you to death here. So everybody sees what's going on, and she knew it. And you could just tell. Again, she's debating from a point of somebody who knows they're losing, or at least in a race tighter than they thought they'd be in.
Right.
Is at least nervous going into November 8th. And she just sounded like a buffoon most of the night. She had nothing to come back at him on. She has no policies to stand on. And she said stupid things in moments of like her brain trying to work to say something, but it just wouldn't work. Like this moment, this is the moment on crime where, again, she has no idea what to say. How do you defend what people can see with their own two eyes, walking around the city, seeing the news every night, seeing the killings, the stabbing, the pushings, the this, the that? They see the news every night. How do you defend that if you're her? She tried to walk away from it all night long. Well, this is the moment that caught my attention. Roll that, G.
There is a crime emergency. My opponent thinks that right now there's a polio emergency going on, but there's not a crime emergency. Different priorities that I'm hearing from people right now, they're not being represented. From this governor, who still, to this moment, we're halfway through the debate, she still hasn't talked about locking up anyone committing any crimes.
Okay.
Anyone who commits a crime under our laws, especially with the change they made to bail, has consequences. I don't know why that's so important to you. All I know is that we could do more.
Well, when I said that we should remove...
Excuse me, I'm speaking.
Sure, go ahead.
We could do so much more.
So there you go. I don't know why it's so important to you. And Kathy Hochul, I guess, thinks that the only crime that's going on in New York or New York State or New York City is crime dealing with some kind of guns. Like there's nothing else to worry about.
Yeah, right. Teenagers with guns. It seems to be her main focus.
Yep.
Yeah, like that's the only crime that there is. They're not people getting assaulted, stabbed, raped, pushed on the train tracks, everything else. No, it's just only if there's a gun involved. Kathy Hochul has the need to address it by talking about things that are happening in other parts of the country. And I mean, go ahead.
No, and at this point, essentially, the government of New York is taking half of every dollar you make. You work, 12 months out of the year, they're going to take half of it between your property tax, your income tax, the state tax, the sales tax, every toll, everywhere. Essentially and eventually, you're going to give about half of your labor to the state. For what? For what? To be afraid to go into the city? To be afraid to go on a train at night?